Hi everybody! Welcome to All That Matters and Moika Malamududu.
And I'm Komike, and welcome guys. Thank you so much for joining us. But before Dudu dive right into it, we have to give you guys a quick disclaimer and to let you know that the content we will be providing today is for informative, entertainment and educational purposes.
Yes guys, that the information, opinions as well as recommendations provided by us should be by no means considered as medical or professional advice.
Yes.
So how are you?
I'm good, girl. How are you?
I'm good. Well, the room we're in is a bit cold, so I think I'm kind of feeling it a bit. But besides that, I am pretty awesome.
Okay, no, that's good. Yeah, it is quite chilly, but it's going to be like this for a while now, hey?
Yeah, I mean, this is like deep winters.
Yeah, it's been like
coming
the
in
coldest
strong.
winter ever. Yeah, no.
It's coming in strong.
Alrighty, so how have you been doing in life? You know, like in general, how's everything going for you?
How is everything going? I think there's, I was saying the other day that I'm just so grateful for the point where I currently am.
Yeah.
With regards to obviously learning and fine, there's a bit of development here and there, but in some points you just feel like, oh man, I'm stuck in a mundane thing.
Yeah.
I'm totally stuck in a rut and there's no progress, there's no flow.
Yeah.
And it's like sort of a daily routine. So that's just been a struggle.
Yeah.
And how are you doing?
Oh, I mean, I've been doing okay as well. Just, just the constant feeling of always being stuck. But I just think that in general, in life as human beings, well, depending on what your goals and your ambitions are, being stuck sometimes, like, it's just not nice. So I guess there's times where I wake up, well, lately I've been waking up and, things feel good. I feel like I'm moving, I'm getting good news, like left, right and center. Oh, then there's other times where... Girl, then there's other times where literally like everything is just so slow, or things that I want to hear, like I'm just not hearing them, or what I expected certain outcomes to be are just not going to become that. And I think it just kind of puts a damper a bit in my life. But other than that, things are moving forward. Yeah. So currently, I'm not so stagnant, but yeah.
No, which is ultimately good. I mean, as long as there's a bit of movement there. Like when Kumana, one of my friends, and obviously we're talking about, okay, where we are now in life and what we were doing. And I was telling him, I was like, at some point, I just wanted one G-Star denim. Right? And I never specified how I wanted to get it, but I just knew I wanted it. And now that I have it, it seems like I'm not appreciating that point, right? Because I'm currently feeling stuck. Like, fine, I'm working in the space. I'm not growing. I'm not getting out of retail. And people always be like, but babes, you have a degree, man. You just, well, soon I'm graduating, guys. So that's something to be awesome about, an honest degree, guys. It ain't no child play. So I'm just like really grateful for that. And I remember there was a point where I had my own mental breakdown during my honors, and I thought, literally,
you cannot do this. You're not.
No, I wasn't even like, I was like, literally, I'm stopping school.
Really?
Yeah, I think and I remember people be like, how could you just do 8 modules in one? And I felt the burn of it. I was like, 8 modules, 1 year. What the fuck was I thinking?
Yeah.
And but to see it all play off, even though my battles with school administration and stuff like that, but then to have it finally pay off, I just couldn't be happier. And just to be like, at some points this is what I wanted, and I felt stuck because of the challenges that were coming in my way, and I felt like I wasn't progressing in life, and here I am today, and this is what I've achieved. So it's just a monumental, is that even, am I supposed to put that word in that sentence? But it is like sort of like a monumental achievement. Yeah. So something to be grateful for.
Yeah. I mean, with being stagnant, I think one thing maybe that you've touched on, and like obviously our viewers need to understand, guys, like you can be very stagnant at like any given moment or any given point in time of your life. So it could even be maybe in our future jobs where we feel, either we're not achieving what we want to achieve, or maybe we're not moving towards a specific point in our life where we had actually, where we actually see ourselves and where we want to achieve, But another thing I actually want to ask you, right? Like, seeing as you're talking about all of this, like, I just want to ask, with you getting your degree, like, and you being stagnant, obviously, and feeling, like, is there a potential job or anything like that? Like, psychologically, like, how do you mentally prepare yourself that, and how do you get yourself ready, because I think, unfortunately, the sad reality is that we do live in South Africa and things are not really good. Majority of us have 1 or 2 degrees and we still can't necessarily find the jobs that we are looking for within what we've studied, and that
Yeah.
is a form of stagnation as
Stagnation.
well.
Yeah. I think the big,
So
yeah.
how, sorry,
Yeah.
so how are you going to deal with that psychologically, Go? Because I also understand where you're coming from, having a degree and you worked so hard and you're like, oh, I'm going to get my dream job, and then you find yourself stuck in retail,
Yeah.
for example. So how are you going to deal with that psychologically, and also to just keep yourself going, man?
I think the best thing for me that I do, I never look at me having a degree as like, oh my gosh, I'm going to get my dream job.
Yeah.
I'm looking at my degree as how can I create opportunities for myself.
Yeah.
And I think hence that's where my mindset shifts, because I've just always had that thing that I think the biggest problem or the biggest misconception, I don't want to attach it to only Black children or Black individuals, that we're always looking forward to work for someone else. But remember, we went to school, we graduated from school, and they've given us these skills, to actually do better. It's called graduateness. So you being developed to become a particular individual and to go out and to better yourself and to reintroduce yourself within the community and do better as well. So for me, that would be creating opportunities for myself that will work best for me, but not just for me, but for other people with the skills that I have. But like, to answer the question of how do I get myself to the top, I think just having mantras, like early morning mantras, that for me works. I think even in our previous channels, we've spoken about how to get yourself up, just constantly reminding myself. And there's a verse in the Bible, right? Psalms 119 verse 50. It says that his promise revives me. It comforts me in all my travels, in all my troubles. And that's just something that I always look up to. Like, you know what? God's promise for me of the life that he has continuously planned for me is going to pull through. Like, I trust in that and I trust in his word. So definitely my faith has been that. And another thing is just having my mom, just having my parents and having my family. I think you can never go wrong with having the most supportive structure in your life, because that's your source of rejuvenation. That's your source of life. So when you're having a bad day, literally just hugging my mom makes my bad day feel better. Like, just to touch on, I know I've been going on for a long, but yesterday, man, my dad was really coming at me and I was like genuinely not feeling it, right? And now I go vent to my mom, but she's also like coming at me with jokes. Normally I'd be so frustrated, but because she was just gunning at me with fun, just making crack out of it, I just started laughing at the situation. I was just like, oh my gosh, sometimes we just take things too personally that we forget to enjoy what's currently happening. So yeah, that would be for me. But then also, you are in the same situation as me, you know? Whole honors, whole registered counselor.
Dude,
And here you are with me in retail. How does that feel for you? And how has it felt throughout? And
I'm not going to lie to you, it's been absolutely the most devastating thing ever. Especially for me, one thing that I've noticed about myself is that I just feel like when I was studying, there was like a tremendous amount of purpose and I was always driven, and for some strange reason I could balance everything. I had a good social life, and it just seemed like once I was done studying, like I was just like, okay, cool, now I'm done. Like, what do I do? Like, where do I go? And I think, I'm not gonna lie to you, like for me it's been absolutely devastating. Like the times where I've also even felt like depressed and I was just like, this just can't be it. Like, it can't be it. Why am I so stuck? Like, I can't keep feeling so stuck. Like, I've studied so hard, I've worked so hard, so why am I not moving? Like, what is this? Like, I've never really understood why. Like, I'm just so stuck. I can't even formulate the right amount of words, because I'm just like, when you literally don't even know what to say, dude, and you're just like, dude,
oh
what
my
is this?
gosh, what's happening?
And you're like, what is this? And I think it's the same with like retail. And well, my situation as well, you know. I feel like I'm not growing, I'm not going where I want to be, you know. And I think you and I are definitely go-getters and we're ambitious, so wherever we are, we would like to see some sort of a growth, you know.
Yeah.
So
Sort of
immediately,
improvements,
you know what I'm saying? And I think that would have also made me feel better to be like, okay, I have a degree, but at least I'm growing somewhere, you know. Maybe my plan then is for me to shift and figure out if I can do multiple things, or just kind of stick to either only making sales or only doing psychology,
Yeah.
you know. So the fact that it's like it's stagnant, it's like stagnation, and then it's like stagnation, and then it's stagnation. So it's been absolutely like devastating for me to even be put in a situation where I've studied and I'm finished and now I need to move forward in my life, but where obviously I am working, because you know we have to work now, like life is tough. I'm also still not getting what I want, you know. You are, but you're not moving
You're
forward,
not
you're not
moving
growing, you know.
forward.
There's no progress, you know. So it's been devastating for me, like very devastating, like to a point where I've cried myself to sleep.
Oh, child.
I wake up crying. I'm like, before work, and I'm like, hi, let's make sales today. So it's just been very devastating. But I think psychologically, I try not to beat myself up too much about it, you know. I just always have this thing of I was meant to be there for a specific purpose, you
Yeah.
know.
It's your
And
current season.
yeah, and mentally as well, it just makes you so much more stronger, you know. I just think that mentally it has made me stronger. I can't really talk for anybody
Yeah.
else, you know, because we all experience things differently. But also I just feel like it was my season. I needed to kind of go through that stagnation. I never would have met you,
Yeah.
you know, if I had moved on. I never would have learned the things that I'm learning right now. And there's just some things where you're just like, okay, now I know I'm good at something, I'll just keep it in the back of my mind, because we never know what is destined for us. We never know what the future holds, you know, until we get there and we cross that bridge. But psychologically, it has taken like, dude, it has knocked me so bad,
Yeah.
bro, like so bad. But you always try and remember, you, like you also said as well, like at least we motivate each other, we encourage each other to be like, dude, but don't worry, just keep pushing, you know, it's difficult, and we bounce around ideas. So I think psychologically as well, that actually fuels me to also sometimes be like, okay, cool, like I'm not crazy about what I want to do, I'm not crazy about seeing myself at the end goal, like I'm not crazy, you know. So it always feels good for people around you to reassure you and be like, nah, don't worry, it's gonna happen for you,
Yeah.
keep pushing, you know. If you need a shoulder to cry on, I'm here. And yeah, I think that's definitely, I guess, my experience, you know, when it
Yeah.
comes to stagnation and psychologically, like what it's done to me, you know.
Yeah. And I think just to add on that, you know, like you said, reassurance, but also as an individual, you need to internally reassure yourself. And I
Yeah.
think that's the biggest thing, for you to be your own motivator.
Yeah.
And find something that motivates you. And touching on that, it's just, you know, sometimes with being stagnant, right, it doesn't necessarily, like, sometimes you could push for something or you could force for something and that not happening.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's always good just to make a turn, like redirect yourself on where you want to go, because there's nothing wrong. I believe there was a point in time when we were growing up and we all wanted to be doctors, and I mean, you tried your best and that didn't happen. But that didn't mean that you can't be good at something else. You can't do something
Yeah,
else. And as soon as
110%.
you see that opportunity, go for it. Like, I always look at things in life, or assess things in life as, do I have anything to lose? And I learned that as a key thing in therapy when I used to go. And, you know, the psychologist said to me, do you have anything to lose? Right. And
Yeah.
because I mean, I never saw myself studying psychology, and I just wanted to be like, oh, I just want to do, like, you know, strategic
Yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I hear
you
you.
know, strategic marketing. And you know, and I was faced with the question, do you have anything to lose? And I was like, you know what, I honestly don't. I can devote 4 years of my life doing something like this, no problem. You know,
Yeah.
I've spent a year not doing anything. What's to lose with 4 years?
Yeah.
And even now, with me being in retail and how the amount of growth that I've received, because obviously people always look at you in a side eye with the workplace, like, oh, you've only been here for such a short space, and you think you are. And I never let such things faze me, because what's important with anything in life, or where you are in life, is that you are bettering yourself, you're gaining skills, you're gaining knowledge, and you're able to employ that knowledge onto something else,
Yeah.
or to someone else, or to grow something else, because everything it's all about lifelong learning.
Yeah.
You know, and hence, if you feel like you're currently stagnant in life, just remember that at the end of the day, it's your choice to move like water.
Yeah.
Because stagnant water ends up smelling, ends up slimy. You don't want to get to a point where you are depressed or anything. You just want to keep moving,
Yeah.
keep doing something, you know, and eventually you will get to where you need to go.
Yeah, and I just guess also making the best of your opportunity, you know. Sometimes being stagnant, I also felt like maybe God, it wasn't the right time for me to move because I hadn't learned anything yet. Of which now, I think then as you get older, you're just like, oh, okay, I see. I needed to learn this. Or now I know how to better control my emotions. Or now I know how to better do this and that. So, I mean, I think it's just obviously we are human beings, and I think
Yeah.
everybody is a little bit difficult on themselves. Like stagnant, it's like I think in everything in life there's a good side of it and there's a bad side, you know. So stagnant sometimes is good, but only if you are learning something,
Yeah.
you know. And it is obviously it is bad then when now it's like you're faced with an opportunity or doors are being opened but you're not taking
Taking
those,
it.
you know,
Yeah, that's a
doors.
good
Yeah.
one.
So I think that yeah, man. I think you just need to obviously make sure that it is good, but you also don't feel comfortable, or you
Comfortable.
you also
Yeah.
don't feel comfortable, but you also then when opportunities arise, you challenge
You
yourself
need
and
to
you take
challenge
them, you
yourself.
know.
Like going on to the opportunity thing, I remember Titimba, I
Yeah.
think he was speaking just years ago, and he said, I think that's one quote I will live for: never underestimate the power of an opportunity.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that could come from what is given.
Yeah.
Because you never know where it comes from, and you just need to live up to that moment or prepare yourself mentally. I think the biggest thing is prepare yourself to grasp something bigger and better than you have anticipated for yourself.
Yeah.
So I think that's just, you know, a thing. Like when the opportunity arises, just be there prepared.
Yeah,
You know?
and take it, you know. Stagnant, just take it. If you're stagnant there, at least you're learning something and you can always move forward.
Yeah. And I think just to say to people who are probably home and they're not, you know, obviously we all applying, we need internships or whatever we try, whatever business plan we're trying to come up with, and it's just not working, or you're knocking on doors and
They're
people are
not
just
being
not
opened.
budging.
Yeah.
You know, people are just really not budging. And just know that yes, that's where you are now. It might feel like shit, I'm not winning, I'm not like I'm coolly. But just continue pushing yourself, you know, and remember, a no, right, or rejection is just a way just to get back, relook at your design and work on it better.
Yeah.
But hopefully one day you will find someone, guys. You will find, sorry to phrase this, acrimony, right? So I'm gonna go. But remember, the guy did the light bulb thing and it never worked out. And people tried to snowball him and then give him a lesser deal. But eventually, when it did pay off, you know, something bigger and better.
Yeah.
And it's something that he's always known. You know, so just, you know, just be consistent. And
Yeah, and that's
consistency
so
means
nice
like doing
because
the
you'll never
same thing
know.
every day.
Like, sorry to jump in there, but you also never know, Dudu, like you're saying. Tomorrow could have been that day when that opportunity was open. I decide to now either quit or give up today, but tomorrow was the day, you know? So always just making sure, like you're saying, and just being consistent. And then tomorrow's the day, and I'm just like, wow, like it actually happened for me, you know? So that's a valid point that you make. And yeah, guys, just like Dudu is saying, just keep pushing. We are human beings. I think everybody's a little bit difficult on themselves, you know,
Yeah.
with whatever context or situation that they're in. But don't ever give up on yourself as well. And just keep pushing.
Yeah, just keep pushing. I'd say keep swimming, but just keep pushing. Just keep pushing. If you guys watch Nemo, you'll know the keep swimming song. So
I think everybody kind of knows that. But yeah, just keep swimming.
just keep swimming. So ain't nobody actually trying to think I'm weird. But yeah, I think, how would you like to close it off as a source of motivation to yourself or to someone, you know, that's watching and they kind of feel like life is hard, and before they get to a point where they are, you know, depressed or
Yeah.
wanna do or being suicidal and stuff like that. So what's that push you could say, listen, you're not stuck and so forth?
I just think for me right now that I've seen lately, guys, always make the best out of your situation, irrespective and irregardless. I think that's these past few months, I think that's the one thing that has like it's been keeping me going. Like even if you do feel stuck, but things have gotten a bit better for me once I became happy. Once I wake up and I make a choice, like you always say, when you wake up in the morning and you make a choice, I've been making a choice to actually like put a smile on my face, you know, and actually enjoy life and enjoy
Because life
going
is
to
good,
work.
guys.
Yeah.
Life is monad, man.
You know,
Let's
so
be
I think that's
honest.
just my source of motivation, guys. Just honestly get up and just do it. Like Nike, just do it.
Just do it.
Yeah.
You know, apparently that's from a phrase from a serial killer.
Oh my gosh, really?
Yeah, because he was about to get what is it when they just execute? They're about to execute him, and he was just like, "Just do it,
Okay.
just do it."
I mean,
But
not
that's what
just
I've
do it,
read,
but
guys.
just do it as in like achieve for better and bigger things. Okay, this is probably quoting that I have some secret life, guys. I do not. But just do it as in just do it like we always say and like we always preach, you know, because obviously we would like to also become good ambassadors of mental illness and mental health, you know, guys. But getting up, making a choice, and just pushing yourself and seeing where life will throw you. I love that you said that.
Yeah.
And seeing where life will throw you. If you take an opportunity, other doors open. But if you don't, then you know it's like and then you're stuck again. So just do it, guys. If you're stuck, it's okay. We're all meant to be stuck in our lives. It teaches us something.
And it's a season.
Yeah.
It's a season that will eventually pass through. Sorry
Yeah.
to interject.
No. That it's perfect. You added something that made sense, so it's perfect.
For me, I would say, you know, what do you have to lose? And I think that's something you should continuously weigh your life on.
Yeah.
That if I do this, do I have anything to lose? Rather, do I have something to gain? And always pick the latter if you're definitely going to gain on something. So I think whatever circumstance that you currently are in life, just remember that there's more to it.
Yeah.
You know, and as long as you move, as long as you're
moving,
you know, don't be like stagnant water. There, things die there.
Yeah.
There's no life there, you know, and you don't want to be that person.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Yeah.
So that's for me. And always surround yourself with amazing people, guys. I think we don't know how important relationships are. And obviously, at some point, those relationships become so overwhelming that you just really need to remove yourself from them. But just making sure that you do have those good relationships just makes it so much better to look forward to when you're having a bad day. And that's just about it for me.
Yeah, no. Beautifully said, as always.
All right, guys. So as we wrap this up, guys, if you have anything you'd like to add on or something that you'd like to share with us, you can definitely email us on imatterandmore@gmail.com.
Yes, guys, please also like and subscribe not Instagram, YouTube page, and on Instagram, Matters and More.
Yes, guys, thank you very much and hope you enjoyed this.